welcome back to the WPC World Esports Professional Classic here on Beyond the Summit. I am What Is Hip. With me tonight is Coddle Guy. And, you know, game number one, the brand new team Orenda took it with, you know, this was just the definition of a pocket strategy in fairly convincing manner. What did you think of that game?
Well, Greg, it may be 6:30 in the morning, but that game got me awake.
Dude,
that was exciting.
I am looking forward to see what happens in this next game. I am waited with bated breath to see what Orenda have in store, because if it's anything like the last game, we're gonna have some fireworks on our hands. And they actually banned out the Lycan themselves, so it looks like Orenda have got something else up their sleeves for game number two. Man, what a game! I just can't believe that.
I don't mind welcoming in some fresh new talent that like to pull out great pocket strats like that, and they could be a team that has a bunch of them, like a book of great things to work with once they get an appropriate draft. But yeah, as you pointed out, not today. No Lycan this time around. Well,
they first picked a Wisp. I think Orenda have got something else up their sleeves for us.
I'm sure Black's like, what the hell's happening? This is not what I signed up for as a captain. I did not sign up for this.
Help, can I just play normal Dota? I just want to hit creeps, please. Oh my god. Well, we'll see what they've got this time. AA, Nature's Prophet picked up for CIS immediately. Very stable lineup, and the Sand King is going to be the follow-up here for Arenda. So, looks like they're going to start out with some sort of a tri-lane here. And one thing I do want to note about this Wisp Sand King pickup immediately is something you can do with this, which you don't see very often, is you can just teleport in with the ultimate on. It's definitely one of the funnier things you can do. You can obviously just go in with Burrow Strike ready to go as well, and then follow it up with the ulti. But sometimes you want to go into a bunch of people with it just ripping already, and it could do a lot of damage. It's pretty funny.
I mean, in most like top tier standard play from one of these big shot teams, they don't like to risk gambles like that, like doing tactics like that. But this Orenda team, man, I saw that duo as well, and I'm like, they're pulling it. They might just be doing this. They might just be plotting out maybe some epic relocate setups. Epicenter could be one of the ones at the forefront. But in the meantime, though, CIS already grabbed a couple of sweet picks for themselves. The Ancient Apparition, who we've seen be, I think he's like 100% win every time picked up tonight so far, so they're happy to pick them up. Nature's Prophet as well, who worked very nicely for Orenda, now going to be in the hands of CIS.
Yeah, and we'll see how CIS want to respond to these picks. They've banned out the Ember Spirit, and on Orenda's side, they have banned out the Lifestealer, decided that it gave them enough trouble in the last game. And, man, I wonder if they're just going to pick up like a CK or a Tiny or something as well. And look how excited they are, bouncing in their seats. They're ready to go. They ban out the Faceless Void.
He has been eager all day. Maybe too many energy drinks or something, Greg? I'm not too sure.
Oh, man. Now, this Arenda team looks pretty excited. And after a game one like that, man, you've got to be ready to go.
This is great. Yeah, but I'm super eager. I mean, as you can probably hear, I have a smile from cheek to cheek just with this Orenda team and what they've been pulling out. So I'm very eager to see what it's going to be. They ban out the Faceless Void, which on the West scene we'd be like, that's a bit weird. You know, I feel that's only something that a lot of teams fall back on. But on the Eastern side, they love this Faceless Void. So he's been nearly picked up or banned every game so far as well. So they get rid of him out. But I want to see now. We've seen the early picks. I'm very curious, especially from Orenda's side, what are they going to do? What's their mid lane? What's their late game going to be? What's the story going to be for the rest of their team?
Yeah, so I'm heading into the second pick phase here. This is when we're really going to figure out exactly what Orenda have in store. And CIS kind of hedging their bets here. They've picked up the Venomancer. I like this a lot. I think this is a smart pickup. It helps them against any like crazy push strategy that might still come out. It seems pretty unlikely at this point with so many of the crucial heroes banned or picked up for CIS. But, I mean, also just a very good hero in lane. Combos very nicely with the Ancient Apparition. The Gale can sometimes just give you some free latches on the Cold Feet. So I like CIS's draft so far. Very stable. I think they're going to play it a bit safer this time around and try to figure out the best way to sort of just be safe all around the map for whatever Orenda might be doing.
Man, you can see Black just react to that Doom pickup as well. It looked like right there. He's just like, oh, crap, a Doom. Well, he's pretty good against all of our heroes. They didn't even get caught out with that level 6. They could be in, danger. But what comes with that, though, is if you offer Doom a lot of targets, it can make him second guess what would be the appropriate pick off to use with that sweet R key. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, CIS, yeah, very clean cut, standard draft working form. You got the wards and the treants, a little bit of push power and synergy there. The Ice Blast can definitely lay down a good foundation for a strong push. You throw that up behind a tower, and now you have, Orenda deciding if it's something you want to commit to or not. If they're weaker side like Io. I mean, this is funny to know, and something I think about. Maybe you can answer for me. If Io gets hit up with an Ice Blast, I mean, does his tether and ability to heal become rendered useless?
Almost 100% sure. I'll have to read the tooltip again, but I'm pretty sure.
Don't mean to put you on the spot.
It regens your whatever you're regenning, so you can't heal if you're ice blasted. So I'm pretty sure it turns off that.
Yeah, I mean that pretty much shuts down any sort of support Wisp would want to put out there to maybe save his core in the meantime. And Ice Blast isn't the craziest thing to land if you're positioned appropriately, but. Moving on from that one, they grab a Storm Spirit out for themselves. Orenda looking to throw him in the mid lane, another prominent level 6. But an Alchemist on the return, and already they're predicting this is going to be a mid lane Alchemist, which we do see frequently on the Eastern.
I think that's what this is gonna, I agree with that for sure.
But I also think Black loves to play Alchemist as well.
That's
and
true.
I don't think he puts him in the mid lane. So it's a little quite. They're just kind of falling on old times, throwing this Alchemist in the mid lane. But I think it's going to be a Black Alch.
It's possible. I mean, the Mid Alchemist is still very popular in the Eastern scene, so we'll have to see what their last pick is to really decide. It's Spectre and the Naga are banned out here, and they think that there's still going to be a hard carry left. And the Naga ban, that seems pretty reasonable to me, I guess. I mean, they must think that this is going to be an aggressive tri-lane. That's the only reason I can think that you ban out the Naga there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, we saw during the introductions that they do have a Naga support player, but not really a Naga late game player. Yeah. So I'm not too sure. But then again, it's a relatively new team. You can't really do too much research on that. But yeah, definitely going to need a little bit more. I would wager some more reliable stun. I mean, Mirana, I guess, can kind of fill that void a little bit right there. Not a whole lot of synergy out, but if you throw it together with maybe the Chilling Touch, and she can lay out some very heavy damage early.
And we'll see what the last pick is here for Arenda. How are they going to tie it all together? It depends how they're going to lane this. If this is going to be some sort of aggressive tri-lane, I think they're going to need a carry for that. Doom is pretty not good in any aggressive scenarios. He's just pretty slow. And we'll see how Arenda want to wrap this one out. Man, what a crazy team they've got. Oh, they pick up a Weaver. That's definitely one way.
Oh,
I mean,
baby.
I wonder if this
baby.
is... Oh, God.
Justin Weaver Weaver in the house.
Well, I wonder how this is going to get all settle out for Arenda here. This is a slightly less crazy lineup than last time. They've still valued the Wisp very highly, which makes me think they're going to be having some extremely mobile ganks and trying to make this happen here. But how are these lanes going to settle out? That is the question.
It's not Black on the Alchemist. It is indeed Inflame. He's actually rolled the Mirana, something we don't see too much. And Mirana, one of those cores who, yeah, you can use a lot of farm, but I don't know. I mean, he's going to be going for it. But late game, to compare, going against a Weaver, can be a quick, bit questionable.
I mean, if there's anyone that can make the Mirana carry work, I think it might be Black. You do need a lot of farm, but he definitely specializes in that. Are these going to be dual lanes for Arenda? I think this might just be an off-lane Doom, which is interesting. This is a crazy lineup, man. They don't care what anyone says, but they've actually called this correctly because it's an easy lane Nature's Prophet. So this is a pretty good line for the Doom, and then it's an aggressive tri-lane in the bottom lane, and they've got their own tri-lane to match up against this. Wisp not very good in tri-lane versus tri-lane. Weaver is very good, and Sand King, once he gets a couple levels, will be nice, but, again, the duration on that stun, or the range on that stun, very low at the early levels, so we'll see how this one works out for CIS. They're going to be looking to win this game and level it out so they're even on points.
Wow. Immediate sentry flying out. Yeah, they're like, we don't want this Weaver to get any sort of easy relative farm. So we're going to hold strong, and we're going to be the aggressors in this lane. You already talked about Wisp has a hard time in the tri-lane. He likes to get those levels and get to that relocate, so he's kind of just lingering on the sidelines for now. But they have to be cautious. With the help of the Chilling Touch, if they get caught up with a Gale and, heaven forbid, an arrow, they're looking at a quick first blood.
Yeah, very easily. That's definitely a possibility, and something they need to be very careful about. So we'll see how everything continues here. I think this is going to be a much more normal game of Dota. So we'll see what Orenda can do in a more standard game. Luffy getting bullied in the top lane does turn on the Scorched Earth. That should help him quite a bit, get that HP regen back. He got a Hellbear for his first creep. I don't think that's ideal. I think you really want like a health regen creep or something against the Nature's Prophet. So he'll probably be looking to replace that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely. For now, just holding strong, looking to build forward in levels. Nature's Prophet content on being here for now, but when Doom starts to build up a lot of levels, he might have to second guess his commitment to this lane, at least in my opinion. But for now, just kind of respectable farm coming out from both fronts. Leading the CS charge, though, is going to be the Storm Spirit in that mid lane when compared going against the Alchemist. You know, he's 6-2. He is losing a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And, oh, stun going to fly out there. It's going to smack the Storm, but only level 2, so not a big deal for him. The top lane still trading blows. Bottom lane, it looks like ZYF really just going to be just alone in this lane, trying to do his best as the Wisp, as well as the Sand King. I've just started roaming around the jungle, farming up the camps. Venomancer's looking for them, trying to figure out what's going on here, because this is a little bit weird. I mean, they're just leaving the Weaver alone in lane. Granted, with Shikuchi, he is relatively safe. It's really hard for them to latch a cold feet. It's really hard for them to hit an arrow, even with detection. So he should be relatively safe just farming in this lane. Only 6 CS for himself, but that's not too bad when in 1v3.
Yeah, I think CS were a little confused. Look at the Wisp and Sand King. We're thinking about making a rotation to the mid lane, but it didn't quite work out in their favor, and then they came back. So
Wisp and Sand King are still level 1. Venom level 1 as well, but I think they need to be careful with how they do use these two heroes. If they get way behind in levels, it's going to be a little bit rough for them in the mid parts of the game. They're counting on the relocate, they're counting on the epicenter, and now CIS, I think they're looking for a first blood here. Roaming over to disrupt the pole. Well, not able to really do so. They do drag the creeps around.
Definitely not as assertive and aggressive as the previous game, so we're going to actually get to see Orenda in their true, gaming style, and their, kind of cook, standard Dota now this time, Greg. No quad lane Dota. We want to see if they have what it takes to hold it.
Yeah, so we'll see what, like you said, what does Orenda's standard play look like? I mean, we're not really sure yet, but this is definitely a more traditional game. And we'll see if they can bring it down to, a 2-game sweep of CIS. Definitely, I think, would be very unexpected. All the bettors thought so. I thought so. Orenda, a brand new team, though, coming through with some very unconventional drafts, and it's working pretty well for them.
Yep, and we're going to see Sand King now do what he can do with that utility setup. The Sandstorm will be able to help him get some side reliable farm in the jungle. Venomancer, though, snags the illusion right in front of him and promptly smacks him on the way out with a couple of those illusions as they will continue to scout things out. Venomancer himself, though, maybe thinking about making a move towards the mid lane here. At level 1 Gale, still can be very effective and a very good slow.
Yeah, he's going to need some follow-up damage. I think he's really just trying to figure out what's going on here. They know that they can't really kill the Weaver unless he, for some reason, gets nailed by an arrow. So having the Venomancer there isn't really going to change that. They run right into each other and nothing happens. But, 290 is very secure at the top of the net worth, or the CS here, and then in return the net worth, he's farming extremely well in the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't feel too threatened. The acid sprays are to fly out, but he definitely feels like he hits harder and will be able to get the CS easier. Alchemist's going to definitely have a bit of a hard time. Do you want to make a side note? Mirana, the Black, though, going with a level 2 arrow and no Starstorm whatsoever. I mean, I feel like Black kind of...
this is the new normal build. You get 2 levels in arrow, and then you max out the Starstorm. Because it does double the damage you get, so it's pretty considerable. I think it's okay. I mean, I just don't like maxing the arrow. I think 2 levels, this seems pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah, I mean, when you compare that, 90 plus 75, but you're spending a lot of mana, it can be tricky. So I guess Mirana, similar to like Ember Spirit, is a hero that different players just have different styles and different builds up and how they want to use it. I mean, Black typically is a heavy ricer, if you will, and that kind of playstyle, I wouldn't even imagine him throwing out too many arrows, given, unless he gets a nice opportunity in front of him, but that's not the case thus far.
Yep, and now he is going to start putting points into that Starstorm, so I think we are going to see that 4-2-1 build, and we'll see when he decides to pick up the ultimate. I think the ultimate is just kind of something you pick up when you need it. If you think you're going to need it, then you get it at level 6, but sometimes you can just forego it if you'd rather be more aggressive with Arrow and Starstorm. You've got some options on Mirana, for sure. And now Wisp rotating up to the top lane, still only level 2. Venomancer level 2 as well. How is the Sand King doing? He's made it up to level 3. So, support's fairly even across the map.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yep, but I mean, we want this Wisp to get that relocate and get the ball rolling on this mid game. So for now, though, he's just kind of sitting strong, backing up the Doom in case they try to pull the trigger on him. But Nature's Prophet can't really offer too much on his own.
I think maybe they're looking to try to kill him. Doom is level 7 now, so he does have Doom available. And he has picked up the HP regen creep as well as the Shockwave, so definitely the ideal, I think, for him. Bottom lane, Weaver taking some harassment, and now looks like they're moving in on June in the top lane. In goes the Doom. There are some TPs coming in. 2 TPs, actually, so they need to get the hell out of here. Although, oh, wow, AoE comes in with such low health, gets brought down. And, Shockwave as well. And now, Luffy continuing to pound away on June.
More commitments.
Whoa,
Here comes
Shockwave.
Black now.
Woo! Oh man, he just didn't get him. Black TP's up. Man, that Nature's Prophet just barely lived.
Well, a relatively even trade in the end, 2 for 2 for both sides. Black came a little bit late, but I guess in the meantime he will be able to take over the top lane and get that safe farm as Nature's Prophet will have to pull back. Quick stun to fly out in the mid lane on 290 here as the Acid Spray continue to fly out for Inflame, trying to bring back the CS game a little bit more in his favor. Storm Spirit still leading the front on that count, 42 in comparison to Alchemist's 29. In bottom lane, Weaver, all by his lonesome, continuing to farm forward. We'll see if he decides to build forward into that survivability Linken's first. Is that something you think he would probably go for?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think the only way he's really gonna die is if he gets hit by an arrow. Although, I mean, I guess the Alch stun is pretty annoying. So maybe he still gets Linken's. I'm not really sure. Depends how they want it, how long they plan on him farming. If he's going to be involved in fights, things like that. And something I do want to note is that ZYF actually did pick up that kill. It was the bugs that finished off the Ancient Apparition. Not something you see very often. But he was the one to grab that kill in the top lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of action-packed fights. Getting a little tricky to catch everything out as the sun begins to rise over here on the East Coast. But regardless, continually to farm things out. Man, Wisp, though, managed to make his way up to level 5, so he's getting a little bit closer to that precious level 6 as he will begin to go through the polling from Storm Spirit. We're seeing what could be potentially, I'm trying to see if he has early shades of maybe an Oblivion Staff, but
I think he's going to get an Orchid. I think when you get the Null Talisman is just kind of a value pickup. You need the little bit of extra right click. I think he's still probably going to go for an Orchid. Yeah, he picks up the Sage's Mask, so that pretty much oh my god. He's going in on June. And that's an easy, I think an easy kill, yeah. With the double damage, it's fairly
textbook Storm Spirit right there. Just go ahead and moving through the jungle, catching someone out, making quick.
It's fine. Wow. Oh my god.
No, he's not.
He is not fine.
One more hit.
Oh my god. Man. That's brutal.
That Acid Spray. That minus armor. Yeah, that's insane.
He only has like 500 HP. Wisp obviously has a little ball of energy. Does not have a lot of life. Luffy getting hit by an arrow on the top lane. It looks like Black does not really want to commit to this. He knows that Doom is available. And he actually has put a 3rd level in arrow. So different playstyle from Doom than what we expected. Or from Black, rather. Sorry.
Yep. And meanwhile, the bottom one, ZYF on the Weaver, is going to look to go into the early makings of that Linken Sphere with the Ring of Health now acquired. He has been opposed in the bottom lane by the Venomancer, but Venomancer is still really, really low on the levels. Level 4, looking to make a rotation all the way up.
Luffy in the top lane hits another arrow. I'm not sure he's going to make it out of this one. There was a great sprout setup by June to line up a very easy arrow for Black. And Orenda now falling behind in kills. Taking a quick look at the charts, Arenda farming much better. They're up 3k gold, and they have not taken a tower now. No towers for either side, so farming a little bit better on the Storm Spirit. On the Weaver has recovered quite nicely, and now they're knocking down the tier 1 tower top for CIS. They want to regain some of this advantage, but in the mid lane, same thing happening in Weaver, even putting some pressure on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, really hard pressure right here. Taking it to him right there. Quick time lapse to bring back his life, but right clicks on the way out, and he's going to eat the tower. A few hits as well. Now he has to pull all the way back and just wait to regen.
290 in the mid lane has been nailed by a stun, but Ball Lightning going to keep him safe. Luffy perhaps looking to go back in here. They did grab the tier 1 tower top for CIS, so trying to regain an advantage. This is a very different kind of play we're used to seeing from Black. He's not farming quite as much, rotating a lot more. Matching this Mirana playstyle quite well, but definitely not what we're used to. And the Nature's Prophet has picked up a Midas. Now they're going to go in on ZYF. Do they have enough to kill him? He does not have time lapse. Gets nailed by an arrow by Black. He's going to go down. And they're really using this Sprout arrow combo extremely nicely. They grab a deny on the tower as well, so everything's coming up very nicely for CIS as we move into the mid game. Wow, Yi has not picked up any levels in Epicenter. He is instead max Sandstorm.
I guess he doesn't feel that the opportunity's there just yet. Wisp has finally now reached level 6, but other than that, you don't have a real initiate to kind of get in there and get the Epicenter to its true potential, I would suppose. So I guess he's just going to forego it for now and kind of wait things out. In the meantime, though, he does hold a smoke if they want to kind of get aggressive here, which they're thinking about doing in the mid lane. Jumps right in, Burrow Strike catches out on AO. AO, see you later.
Yep, and Cold Feet also not going to latch on Yi, so that works out very nicely for Orenda, and looks like they are going to group up again and start pushing down the tower. Blink Dagger finish for the Sand King with assistance from that Sandstorm in the jungle, so they're able to grab that nicely. And middle tower is going to fall for Orenda, so they take the first tower of their own. And we'll see how this game continues here. I mean, they do have the Storm Spirit to deal with the Nature's Prophet. The Mirana, they've got Doom as well. I mean, I really like Orenda's lineup. I think it's going to come down to execution more than anything. If they botch the executions, group up too much and get hit by an Ice Blast and a Venomancer ulti as well, it's very easy for them to just die. But if good execution comes out, maybe if they pick up a couple BKBs to help deal with the Veno damage, to help deal with the arrow, they'll be able to do it. Now Black is lining, he's trying to line one up here. A lot of heroes in the back though for Orenda. Ooh, it's a trap. Oh god. Yi running away now, and now the arrow sails through. That is, wow, very nice job. Misses them all. Orenda able to avoid that. That would have been very bad if one of them had gotten hit by that. Salve brought out for the Sand King. He wants to continue fighting here. And it looks like CIS looking to continue the pressure in the top lane as well. So both teams, I think, pretty soon going to be looking for some small skirmishes. I mean, Weaver is pretty much going to continue farming. Storm Spirit going to continue farming until he has picked up that Orchid. Without a really good rune, Storm Spirit is actually deceivingly horrible until he picks up.
Man, they catch him out in the mid lane with a very nice arrow. I don't know if you saw it or not, but Treon, he put out the Treon right there, was baiting around the Weaver, getting him to hit the last hits, and just put him in the appropriate position for an arrow to fly out and catch him. Just baited him with those Treons, and they got him.
Caught the tail end of that, but man, I mean, I was saying the only way he's probably going to die getting hit by an arrow, and that is certainly one way to kill Weaver. But in the top lane, Demons has been doomed, but there's a lot of heroes rotating in. Stun, charging up. The Cold Feet going to latch as well, and Ice Blast. That is going to bring down Luffy. Orenda give away a couple of kills, and now they're going to lose the Courier as well. Down goes the baby Roshan.
Wow.
That's bad. That's bad. And this, I mean, this Sand King has really not done anything yet. So Orenda need to get their strategy moving along here. Whatever it's going to be with this Wisp, they really need to start making it happen. They're going to go in on Black here. Is there going to be a look at? Yes, there is. They don't even need it. There's a TP coming in, though. Maybe they're going to try. He has to cancel that. Yes, he does. Veno would have died there.
Absolutely. Burrow Strike was up and available if he did make a move in, so good call to cancel that. But the early pickings didn't happen on this tier 2 tower, but Wisp will go ahead and step out, and now they're looking to get a rotation to come out. Alchemist popping out the concoction here. Ice Blast, if it connects. Oh, it got him. He's down.
And the Wrath going to finish that one up, and a book is coming up for the Nature's Prophet, so he's just going to be looking to continue split pushing out these lanes. ZYF, where is he going? Still towards that Lincoln Sphere, not quite there yet. He does need to get that up in the next couple of minutes. He did go for a full set of treads, which is a bit unusual on the Weaver. A lot of the times you'll see just like Brown Boots, you don't really need the extra move speed. A lot of people like the extra attack speed, but just personal preference, really. And now they're going to take down the top tier 1. Don't think CS have any interest in contesting this.
Nope, they'll hand this one over.
You gotta pick your fights. Pick your battles.
Yeah. I mean, uh-oh. Venomancer lingering along a little too long. Courier on the way out. Oh, he's going for it. Oh,
One more hit, he's gonna get it.
He got it. The little blue man ends up falling, and they hand over a sweet bit of gold and a couple of items out to people for that quick pickoff.
Gotta get those items, and nothing too important on that core. There was just 2 TP scrolls, so not a huge deal. And it looks like CIS looking to balance this out by taking one of their own in the bottom lane. XP a bit in favor of CIS, gold still in favor of Orenda. And still, we're waiting for this Wisp to really come into effect here. They only had that one relocate. Unfortunately, the hero was already dead when they got there, so didn't do too much. And now Storm Spirit has picked up the Orchid. I believe this is now go time for Arenda. They've got the Epicenter. Oh, you are dead, sir. Wow, that Ice Path, that was not quite there. But he moves into the path. He's going to go down as well. Orenda feeding over a couple kills. Wow. Now they've moved up with the Wisp, the Storm Spirit here. He has the Orchid available there. He uses it on the Venomancer. Oh, God. No, uses it on the Alchemist, sorry. And now Venomancer is going to fall. Io is going to die, so they are stranded here. Stun charging. Arrow. Wow, Black. What a performance. Hits another one. Storm Spirit falls, and Orenda not faring nearly as well in this game.
Man, they're just finding the appropriate arrows. He's timing it so perfectly, just right down the aisleway where there's nowhere they can go and get away from it. Man, Black throwing out another one. Can he get it? No, he's just scouting away. Wasn't even looking at the minimap to see if anyone. Yeah, wasn't even looking at the minimap to see if anyone's there. Just busy giving props to Black, man. His future's so bright. He needs to get a hold of his own Ray-Bans.
We made fun of Black in the lobby about his little sunglasses tweeting spree, but he said he has it under control. He was just trying to live a simple life and sell some sunglasses, but apparently it didn't work out very well for him. And this game does seem to be working out well for him, though, and a different playstyle from Black. It's definitely working, though. I mean, he's found himself 4 kills, hit a lot of great arrows, and, you know, different playstyle for him, but it seems to be working.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, cute little strat in the first game go-around, but when it comes to standard line Dota, CIS feel very confident in this one, and holding strong here. It's looking pretty grim. Orenda are going to need some serious pickoffs, maybe some serious crazy strats that relocate Epicenter. You know, maybe if they could pull out something crazy like that, can try to get the momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, and we'll see if this Weaver is able to do it. I mean, the farm is not quite at the point where you really want it to be. He really needs his Lincolns, like, now. And he still has another 700 gold. Black, wonder what he's going to be building. Could be a Yasha, could be a Desolator, could go for the Lincolns. I'm not sure if this is the game for that, but now June has come up. He moves forward, though. Burrow Strike, they're going to teleport in with the Wisp. He does not have anyone with him, though. And now Black, arrow sailing through, Ice Path coming through as well. This Wisp needs to be careful here. He's going to get nailed by it. Is that going to be enough to shatter him? I think it is. Down he goes.
AA work, you know, doing serious work. I mean, fun fact for people to know AA, I mean, it's not always all about where the Ice Blast will land. If the ball even flies through people, that triggers the effect as well. So even Weaver on the way over got hit by the ultimate. So just such a nice, if you can line it up perfectly, you can catch so many people with it. It's just really nice.
Yep. And Black has gone for the Yasha, so pretty normal build. Normally we see Yasha and then another damage item like Desolator. Yasha is so good on agi carries. It's a very efficient item. It gives you everything you're looking for. I mean, it gives you the agility, so you get the extra attack speed, you get the extra attack damage, a little bit of move speed. It's just a really great item on Mirana, so we'll see what he follows it up with, but he is moving along quite nicely.
Yeah, of course, and the more time they have to work with the farm, the better. I don't think they're feeling too threatened about where this Weaver is going to get his whole farm at. I mean, just about finally getting ready to complete that Lincolns, but that's one step away from getting the additional damage they could certainly use. I mean, it will temporarily save him out for a while, but, you know, if he gets careless whatsoever, bottom lane, he had thrown out the time-lapse a little too early and caught out, but,
Black is just going for these arrows. He almost got another one, but just a bit off the mark. And Mechanism for the mid Alchemist. He's followed that up with a Sanj and Yasha. So, Inflame farming very well. Taking a quick look at the net worths. Nature's Prophet in the lead with the Alchemist right behind him, then the Storm, and then the Weaver. And he has finished up that Lincoln Sphere, but those deaths definitely cost him. It was a bit late. Now CIS going to grab a Roshan of their own. The Bug's coming through here, but they're going to be able to secure that. And Nature's Prophet actually the one to pick up that Aegis.
That's interesting, but whatever. Regardless, Nature's Prophet, I guess, happy and content to go on his little side missions and wants to be able to have the survivability, I suppose. Bit intriguing, but June is going to be the one to hold it.
And it looks like the Doom is going to be going for a BKB next, just to help deal with the Venomancer damage, help deal with the arrows, the Starstorms. I think the BKB is very nice on this line against this lineup. So, you basically just have to get a BKB if there's a Venomancer and anything else. It also helps deal with the Alk stun, so I like this choice.
Yeah, certainly so. Right now they're content on farming and securing some side farm for the Weaver, but action might be on the mid lane. Arrow narrowly misses right there. 290 able to jump away, but it still gets hit with the Ball Lightning. Or sorry, not the Ball Lightning, the Ice Blast. Ball Lightning's away. It's only level 1 Ice Blast, so it's nothing too lethal, and he will be able to survive.
Yep, makes it out of there. But that was a really good performance from 290. I mean, he very easily could have died there. He dodged the arrow. Not only did he dodge the arrow, he disjointed the projectile stun from Alchemist, so able to live on that one. But fairly close.
Yep, and now a continuation of farm to come out. A lot of CIS here lingering in the jungle, waiting for the appropriate opportunity. And they won't see the Weaver right here, but a sweet illusion rune. He'll probably quick snag it for himself and does so. No appropriate vision to catch him out just yet, but they will have to sacrifice it.
Well, they're lining back up. Still, I mean, this Wisp Sand King has not really done too much. I don't think we've actually seen an epicenter yet this game, so Arenda need to figure out a way to make this team fight work for them. They need to figure a way to start picking off some heroes. BKB up for Doom, maybe that's the time to go. They haven't been nearly as aggressive as I think they need to be with this lineup.
No, couldn't agree more. Absolutely, they need to be a lot more aggressive with it. You know, they have the heavy initiation of the Storm Spirit, the Doom for the lockdown and everything to relocate, but we haven't been able to see them capitalize with it just yet. So hopefully they can get the ball rolling on that.
4-man smoke in the mid lane. Oh, you see the drawing. They're going for a big wraparound here on Orenda. They want to try to catch them unaware. They're walking through the jungle and a Moonlight Shadow as well to make sure that they get a perfect initiation here. And Arenda seem to know what's going on here. It's 1 TP out, but I imagine a couple might get left here. Oh, nope.
No audible plan. They want to go right over to the mid lane now.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to go for this Doom. Oh, they're definitely going to go for this Doom. Now he's running away as well. Man, if CIS don't get anything out of this smoke gank...
Oh, back up the hill with the help of the Chilling Touch, but the nice Spirit Balls that kind of catch him out right now.
BKB.
Now they're making a move. Yep.
Move through, Doom off on June, but the creeps just hitting him down as well as the Alchemist Burrow Strike going to come through. That Doom not going to do much. June just backing off here. Black, wow, hits another arrow on 290, and now he's going to go down. There's a relocate, but it's just a Wisp. He's not able to come in time to save his teammate. Man, I think just Arenda just getting outplayed here.
Yep, they're catching him out, man. Black's been on par with these arrows and getting nice setups with them. Now Nature's Prophet bringing out the Shriants, the heavy push moving forward with the help of the Chilling Touch, the Vino wards. It's all working out. Mechanism to fly. They're going to go in hard. This is a parade of a push right now happening. They want to get this tier 3.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to take this down. I'm not sure there's anything they can really do about this. They do still have Epicenter available. It's only level 1 Epicenter, though, so to be honest, that's not going to be enough. I think they might just leave after they get the tower. Oh, nope. Double TP, though. This might make them a bit more scared. There, the Epicenter is coming through. You can see not doing too much, but Inflame now taking some extra damage. Ice Blast going through, taking down the Sand King, taking down the IO. 2 die, double kill for June, and now I think this Rax going to fall here with an unsuccessful defense. There's not really anything you can do to keep your Raxes alive. You got to group up. So Weaver instead just going to try to push in the top lane. He's going to be going for a damage item next. Whether that's a BKB or a Desolator, we'll have to find out, but he needs to get moving along as they just lost their Rax. Missed Sprout there. He actually clicked on the hero, so Lincoln's triggered.
Very nice. But yeah, I mean, job well done for them. They ended up getting the whole mid lane down. CIS looking to redeem themselves after that past game and what Orenda pulled out in very unorthodox style of play and taking it to him really quick. And man, CIS though, holding strong here in game number 2. Don't want to be taken out like that.
290's going for a BKB, and this is a sad Storm Spirit. I mean, when you have to go second item BKB, you know the game is not really going your way. It's not a proper item for him. It doesn't really, I mean, it just keeps him alive. It doesn't actually contribute to anything positively for him. And on the other side of things, June has just picked up a Hex and part of an Aghanims for AYO. He's moving along. And the Manta Style finished up for Black.
Those are big items, especially on the side of CIS. The Manta Style and the Sheep, I mean, they're already doing pretty well in these team fights, and those items can change things even worse. Necrobuck really to fly out. They're looking for the Weaver here. They won't allow him to get away, but the time-lapse will pull him all the way back, and he will make his great escape back through the river.
Yep, he is going to make it out of here. Nature's Prophet not able to find him and get that Sheep off. And it is a Desolator next for him, so I think this is the proper choice. You need to start doing damage. One Rax is not a catastrophe for Orenda. But if another one falls, then the game is going to get a lot harder. Then the map control element really starts to come into play, especially since the Rax that they did lose is the mid Rax. Definitely the best one in terms of the one for you to lose. It doesn't detriment you too much. If you lose one of the side lane Raxes, you become much more open to split pushes and things like that. So not a worst case scenario. Now there's Smoke Dump moving in. There's the Orchid going off and Inflame Doom as well on Black. He's going to try to make it out of here, and it looks like Arenda using him this time to make their stand. Double kill for the Wisp. June going to go down as well, and that's another one. Is AYO going to make it out of here? Burrow Strike just a bit late. He is. Now Demons pops off the Ghost Scepter, not going to keep him safe. The Sand King going to burn him down with the Sandstorm. And a nice little defense there by Arenda. Is this enough to get them back into the game?
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it was good. They definitely be able. They came on top, clearly. I mean, they did lose the tier 2, but they made the appropriate jump in to catch out Alchemist first, and from there on out, they just found the appropriate targets they need. Quickly doom out the Marauders we catch right there, so Black was just a little too committed, a little too close, and did get caught for his troubles. You know, AA wasn't able to ult spit off and everything, so things just kind of fell apart. But I mean, this is just a small step to go out, you know, to go through this long climb up to get back into the one.
It's
at least in my opinion.
It's going to be a journey for Arenda to get back into this game. It looks like the Doom's going to be going for... I guess it could be a Shivas. I was going to say it's almost certainly an Assault Crass, but Shivas seems pretty decent as well, so... hard to say. Hard to say.
Wow, Weaver actually eats the Ice Blast and a little bit of Acid Spray, gets taken down, forces himself to go into a time-lapse right there, so... blows that one right now, so if they get caught out, you know, he will not have that available. In the meantime, though, down by the runes, Storm Spirit hanging out with the Wisp. Venomancer nearby to scout things out, throws out the ward promptly so, while Inflame will farm up the Ancients. I would have to wager that Inflame might consider going for the AC. I can't click him on right now. Keep getting that freaking mud golem, but yeah, no, he's going for the AC, I would assume. I mean, to battle against the Desolator and plus already their heavy push power, I would imagine it would just help a lot more.
Yeah, it seems like a good pickup. I think that's a very logical choice. We'll find out if that's the course he does want to go. Roshan going to be spawning up here, and 3 minutes, almost a full duration Roshan. And we'll see if CIS are able to grab that again. If they do, it could very easily secure them the game. So I think Orenda are probably going to be looking to fight over this one.
Yeah, I mean, that would be their best bet. I mean, it's one of the fights they would like to take. They do need to get some appropriate vision in the area, though, if that's something they do want to consider. But for now, they're kind of just choked up in the mid lane right now, waiting out to see where CS are going to be coming from. They are going to be coming from the north right here. They look to push down this top lane, committing what looks like all 5 for it. So even the Ancient Apparition being right here. A lot of times, Ancient Apparitions like to hang way far back or even on the opposite side of the map so they can get a big ultimate off. But not this time. AO hanging strong with the rest of his team.
Yeah, they've decided that it's time for them to form up and just start knocking down the rest of the towers, move back into the base, get another set of racks to really just secure this game for them. But it looks like Orenda, they're going to try to defend this very aggressively. The Storm moves forward, gets the BKB off, but there finally is the pull on June. Are they going to be able to bring him down? Yes, they are. Moonlight Shadow not going to be enough to save him. Epicenter going through here. That's enough to take down Demons. Double kill for Orenda, 290. And there's a triple he picks off the Ancient Apparition. On the run is the Wisp. He is going to go down. Do they have enough damage to get a couple more kills? The Desolator doing a lot to June. Inflame charging up the stun. Unfortunately, he's going to self-stun, and that's almost secure. Oh, the arrow. Nope. It's not going to be enough. Ultra kill for 290.
Unbelievable defense coming out one more time from Orenda, and the Doom finding its way onto Black again. It's just crippling them in these fights. So good defense coming out from Orenda. Very surprised by it. Only losing the Wisp, which is not, you know, entirely not too bad. Big of a deal. So not big at all. So CIS may be still leading as far as kills, but slowly but surely Orenda climbing their way right back into this one.
Yeah, the gold now has started to settle out, and the XP actually an advantage for Orenda now. I mean, if another fight like that happens, CIS could be in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They might have to like think twice about their game plan. Maybe consider throwing Nature's Prophet over on the side, get a little more rat style going. In that fight, he was in the front, so he got caught out really quickly from the Storm Spirit. Didn't get anything off in time before he had to go back, and he obviously didn't have the buyback available to get back into the forefront. But you know, he can't afford to let that happen again.
290. I think he wants to get another set of kills here. It's a bit aggressive, but they really just want to press their advantage after winning that fight with the Alchemist down. They can choose to concentrate someone else. And it looks like they aren't going to be able to do so. They're a little afraid of going under the tower like that, and I don't blame them.
Yep. Now, CIS forced to play a little more defensively here. Venomancer trying to lay down foundation and vision with the help of the wards, but also trying to scout out for this Roshan. What looks like it will be up potentially any moment here. Might be able to snag it for themselves with the advantage of that dire side. Quick ward to go up as they migrate their way back through. Hopefully their jungle. Nope, ping's out. Roshan's up. Let's get it done.
Yeah, they know. I mean, this was a full duration Roshan, so both teams have to know that it's up by now. And the Weaver really starting to come alive here. Has had enough time to start farming up all the items. Has the BKB now as well to go with the Lincolns, to go with the Deso, but 290, he is going to get caught way out of position. He is dead. Feeds over a gem as well. Ice Blast going to come through. Not too large of a radius.
Wow, that's not good. Yeah, Orenda, we're just getting ready to come back in this one, but that is something you don't want. What do we see here? Storm Spirit had a dominating streak, so not only did he hand over himself, he handed over 603 gold, and he also handed over the Roshan because they do not have the numbers to contest this, and Orenda instead have to push up this top lane, but Nature's Prophet, or, sorry, but, yeah, no, Alchemist going right up there to defend it out.
Yep, tosses that one out. And I don't think he's actually going to be able to kill the Weaver here. Oh, now he might be able to. June coming to help him. Is there enough for the time lapse? Yes, he does get it off. BKB, and he's decided that it's time to leave. He might still go down. No, not quite. Inflame going to get a nice little self-stun here. But, I mean, they got the Aegis. Nature's Prophet again, the one to pick that up. And the AC is completed for Doom. And it looks like Alchemist has actually gone for a BKB, but I do believe you were right. I think that AC is going to be in the future.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, for now, though, I guess from the past two fights and their previous experiences, they've been getting caught out and taken down before the opportunity to really stride in these fights. So a BKB would help on that front. But, yeah, I would imagine that Assault Curios would just be too sweet to pass up, especially in this kind of situation.
And it looks like Black could be going for a BKB, but that's not really an item you want to get on Mirana. I think that this will probably be a Desolator. I mean, I guess it could be a BKB, but it's not really an item you want to get on Mirana. It's not very good.
I mean, I guess technically she kind of needs to survive the dooms she's been receiving.
You just want to stand in the back, though, and just right-click people.
I mean, that's what you should be doing. Unfortunately, Black's been eating a lot of dooms in these fights, so
and BKB
I'm not
really
too sure.
With that, so I think this is probably just a Deso.
Yeah. I was only hinting at maybe just a little more meat on the bones to take the Doom.
Oh my god. Goodbye. There's
Stay in the trees, Wisp.
Oh my god. That was just the saddest thing I've ever seen. Full duration, 290 to go in though on Inflame. He is able to take him down. And Epicenter going through here. And Arenda getting another couple pickoffs. Wisp in the end does die to the Ancient Apparition. Now June on the run. He has popped off that Aegis Scythe as well. And Luffy, he's actually stuck. Ooh. Wow. Well, he makes it out. It is still a 2-for-1. And Orenda's still making up their ground here. I mean, this is what they need to be doing.
Yeah, that was interesting. I'm actually surprised how well that worked out for Orenda. Wisp not being taken down, even though they had the prompt initiation on him. Just a little too tanky and survived long enough for his team to be able to make the maneuvers to come in and help out, and they ended up winning. But Nature's Prophet with an ultimate managed to take out Sand King in the base?
Wow. Is that what he did? Yeah, everything's on cooldown. Yeah, hit him with the ultimate. Well, interesting.
Wow. Kind of worked out really nicely for him.
No thoughts on that one. Black just continuing to farm up here. Almost certainly moving towards that Desolator. Lena Lee has grabbed up that gem that Sand King dropped in the base.
Doom has his own Assault Curios now, so they can look to, build a little survivability for each other, and if they get the opportunity to push, would definitely help out a lot. But, I'm just trying to think, what's the game plan from here? Is this enough room now for Arenda to feel aggressive once again and maybe look to push past their own baseline and maybe try to get a pick off on their own, or do they have to play more cautiously and maybe look for a counter initiate to make it work?
I don't know. It's going to be hard. I mean, they've been trying to battle back into this, and Orenda are doing pretty well. So how can they actually do this? I mean, the Desolator is going to help. They need to figure out a way to get some more favorable engagement, because they've been getting jumped on by the Storm Spirit, and that's been a huge problem for them. They don't really have a good answer to pull as well as the Orchid. The Sheep has been pretty good for them. BKB is coming up for a lot of players. I think is going to be an important component of this, because it just voids a lot. I mean, they still have Doom, obviously, but if they can only use Doom on you, you're probably going to be okay. And that's only one hero that you're losing. So we'll see. Black in the front though needs to be careful.
Yeah. Throws out the arrow. Will catch surprisingly on the Doom, but he is invis, so they don't quite see it there.
Yeah, he's also just so tanky.
Solve the mystery that Sand King did fall to Furion, but not from his ultimate, but from the AA ultimate, and since Furion got the last hit and he did fall. Chat was so nice about letting us know. Just pleasant. Just so pleasant they were letting us know. Thank you.
Oh, man. Now TP coming back from ZYF to protect the base.
And Nature's Prophet farming continuing in the side. Jungle of his own forefront here. No true ride style coming out from him just yet, though, but still plenty of time to work with. Fresh BKB, full 10 seconds to work with.
He has to be afraid of the Storm Spirit, and you don't really want to use a BKB just to not die to a Storm. So, I think maybe are they just going to wait for another Roshan here? I'm not really sure what their best game plan is. CIS definitely having some trouble. I mean, this is part of the problem with like the Venomancer pick. He's just not a very good support at this point in the game. I mean, Poison Nova is great and all, but he doesn't actually do anything in the team fights. He just puts out a little bit of damage.
Yep, it's just so cautious. I feel like both teams feel that within the next team fight or two, that could very well determine the rest of the game. I mean, we're at that point where if you're able to take a full team fight for yourselves, at least with the majority of numbers, you might lose a Rax very, very quickly. So they have to second guess on what kind of initiative they want to be looking for here. They don't want to overthrow themselves into a bad situation. So you're going to see a lot of that buddy-buddy system coming out from both teams. No man just kind of left out pushing way too far on his own or scouting things out in the enemy jungle.
Yep, and 290 just trying to find more farm here. Looks like he's going to be going for a Scythe next. That's the kind of item you want on the Storm Spirit. And he dodges that nicely, and TP's out as well. Very nice. Avoids what could have been very, very bad for him.
Avoiding any sort of potential danger here. We're just going to wait for the right time. When is the time to move forward? I mean, if Alchemist builds in more farm for himself, it just becomes more of a problem, but as you can tell, he's been going for more of that utility, not too much damage, just more survivability, good positioning with the help of the Blink Dagger, obviously support factor with the mechanism, and he's able to survive a lot of the brunt force. But other than that, a lot of the damage is going to be put towards Black, and hopefully he can get proper positioning to find the opportunity to lay out that damage onto him. But if he does get caught out on the bad side of a Doom or a bad side of a Storm Spirit, it's going to be very rough for CIS.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like the Weaver has really just started to start scaling the damage items, and rightfully so. A lot of survivability already for the Weaver, and going to be able to take down most of these heroes fairly easily if this Daedalus does come up here in the next couple of minutes. And she's very close, only a couple hundred gold away, so...
Storm Spirit looking to build into what looks like a sheep stick for himself, I would imagine, and that would definitely help him being able to lock down Black and prevent him from getting anything off or what have you. Just the over-initiation factor would benefit tremendously from that. Top that with an Orchid. I mean, anyone they manage to catch off is pretty much going to be done for.
Yep, and now full smoke by CIS again in the mid lane. All 5 of them all smoked up. And maybe this is the kind of thing that I was talking about. They need to figure out a way how to get themselves a good engagement and make it so they can take the fight on their terms. We'll see if they can do it.
It's not going to be just yet. A lot of Orenda making a rotation all the way up to the top. So I guess they're just not quite sure where CIS are going to linger here. But they are in the mid lane. Arrow to fly out here. Close,
barely
but
off the mark. Yeah.
no cigar. Just more of scouting purposes, I'm sure, to see if they can manage to catch anyone out on the way in. But not going to be the case this time. But the rest of them making a move in. Storm Spirit jumps, catches out the Venomancer. Demon's in trouble right here. Quick Moonlight Shadow to come won't be enough, but jumping by Alchemist wants to be able to commit, but he's eating huge damage right now. Storm Spirit, no more mana to work with. Wisp be able to get away temporarily for now, and Venomancer will end up falling in the end. And all the meanwhile, Sand King trying to duke it out. Doom will fly on Nature's Prophet, who's extremely enormous for some reason, but he does end up being taken down. Orenda moving on with a killing spree. That Desolator doing serious work, ripping it apart, but Black steps in with his own Deso. Time lapse to fly. Ooh, narrow miss, only blinks into it. There it is, he gets him with that lingering auto attack, but Storm Spirit jumps in, makes work on Black, and takes him down.
Yeah, so they're trading back and forth here. Couple of buybacks for Arenda to secure that, the very tail end of that fight, to make sure that they could kill Black there. Doom buying back maybe a bit unnecessarily. Now he's just going to push out the lanes. And again, CIS failed to break the base. Every time that happens, this game gets harder and harder for them to win, because the Mirana, while a decent late-game damage dealer, does not scale nearly as well as someone like a Weaver. Storm Spirit can become quite scary in the later parts of the game in his own right, so we'll have to see. I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to this Nature's Prophet. Can he get the split push happening? Oh, Ice Path. Ice Blast. Just off the mark. Shooting one straight down the middle into the fountain.
I mean, it's a bit more defeating if you have to fall back on a strat like a Nature's Prophet ratting. You would typically be hoping that you were more in control of the game and don't have to fall back on a strategy like that, but it might be something they are looking for. Weaver's holding strong here, big damage.
Relocate coming in.
Catch BAP. Yep.
Arenda trying to be aggressive. They dive through. Demons. Oh, he's hexed up. He's going to go down. Double kill for 290. Time lapse back for ZYF. Now, 2 are down for CIS, and our Orenda gonna... Oh my god, what an arrow from Black. Oh my god, he has hit so many of these. Stun goes through, BKB activated, Ice Blast going through as well. Down goes the Storm. This is gonna really hurt them, trying to make this engagement happen. At the very end of this, BKB gonna try to get out of here. Nope. Alchemist gonna take that one down with the assistance from the Ancient Apparition ulti. And that
pulled the Weaver out. Wisp pulled the Weaver back all the way up to the top lane, so he wasn't there. I'm not sure if that was intended or not, but without him being there, they managed to take advantage of the fight in numbers.
Yep, and now they're going to transition this into the Roche. So that looked very promising. Very promising, I have to say, for Orenda until that arrow hit the Storm Spirit. And similarly to being very good against the Weaver, that arrow is very good against the Storm Spirit as well. This is a cheese rush. We'll see who's going to be picking that one up. Someone needs to get in there and snag it. Looks like the Ancient Apparition might just be holding it until someone needs it.
Sounds good.
And the Weaver continuing to split push here. A lot more gold coming online. I wonder where you go from here. You could just probably get something like an MKB. A Butterfly is probably a consideration. There is not even a hint of an MKB yet for anyone on the side of CIS. So maybe you just go for something like a Butterfly.
No, absolutely. Wouldn't mind having the extra survivability with the evasion. And of course, more attack speed, the merrier, right? So I couldn't deny that. Most certainly not.
Some damage, some attack speed. I think his only other option is something like an MKB. But I think the Butterfly is probably a little bit better. I mean, most of the damage is physical from the Mirana, from the Alchemist. The Nature's Prophet actually is starting to right-click decently hard as well, so that could be a pretty wise pickup for the Weaver. We'll see.
We'll see, but as we've seen most of these fights, it's all coming down to positioning or who can get an appropriate pick-off throw. A little bit there, it seemed like the Storm Spirit was getting a lot of grabs for himself and definitely leading the forefront of his Orenda team, but then we had a bit of a misplay in the mid, it would seem, and CIS came right back into it, so it's still anybody's game, anything can happen. It's not as clear-cut as it was last time around. CIS still holding strong.
And Orenda trying to battle back into this, trying to prove that even in more legit games they can make it happen, and I mean, I have to say, this little strat that they pulled out with their first 2 picks, I don't think it's worked nearly as well as they'd hoped. I mean, the relocate has been very good, but they haven't really pulled off any miracles with it. So I don't know. We'll see. It's been
The other
decent,
thing,
but not
yeah,
maybe
the
not
other
as
thing
high as
too
they
is
wanted.
CIS are not making it too easy. They have a lot of ranged heroes who should have great positioning and spread out, so it makes it tricky for Sand King to kind of get in there as well, put off a good epicenter and try to catch multiples of them maybe with a burrow strike. So we have Nature's Prophet and the Venomancer and Mirana lingering on the sidelines, ranging in. As long as they're equally spread, Sand King's not going to
Oh
have an
my
easy time.
god, 290 gets hit by another 5-second arrow. Ice Blast coming in. Do they want to commit to this? No, they don't. But that Ice Blast is going to make it so Storm needs to just sit in base for the next 15 seconds or so. So is that enough time for CIS to make something happen here? It looks like they are just going to be content to continue farming up here. With this Aegis on black, I think this is the time for them. I don't know if they can take this game much later, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they don't want to risk it. It's most certainly not. I mean, if they can manage to get a kind of catch up like that, or a pick off like that, even if it's just an arrow inside the base and an Ice Blast to follow, that forces that hero to be pulled back into the fountain and risk not defending any sort of push coming their way. But I guess for that time around, CS didn't feel comfortable making the move in. The creeps weren't quite there. The push wasn't quite happening, but it's something they definitely want to look for.
Yep, and now this Venomancer continuing to just farm up a little bit with the Ancient Apparition. I wonder what you try to pick up now as high impact items. I mean, both of them have grab 4 staffs, which I think are really good just against the Sheepstick, or the Sheepstick that's coming up on Storm, which is now actually done. It can help you get people out of danger. It's just a really great utility item on your supports. I'm not sure if there's really anything else better for them to buy. There is the Ghost Scepter for the Venomancer, which saved him a lot in the last fight, kept him alive for a really long time, let him get off his full duration of spells, and I wonder where you go from here. I mean, they're probably just going to be happy buying wards, and I mean, if they get really rich, maybe they buy like books or something.
Maybe a new BKB. I mean, he is pretty low. In Storm Spirit, at least I'm talking about. He's already down to 5 seconds on his BKB, and you're going against a fair amount of CS, or sorry, CC rather, with Nature's Prophet and his Sheepstick, and of course anything H Apparition has to bring forward, and of course the illustrious Venomancer Ultimate. So he does have to be careful when spending out that BKB charge.
And now Orenda, they're grouped up in the top lane. Sand King, the one who's back on the defense. Not a bad one to have on defense. Caustic Finale definitely makes that a little bit easier. Burrow Strike as well, so should be pretty easy for him, as Weaver and 290 looking to move into the top lane. June actually needs to be very careful here. If he gets hexed, this could be bad. He used the Sheepstick on the
actually,
Lincolns.
I was questioning that. Sheepstick on the Lincolns might not have been
this
worth
could be
too
bad
much
for
push.
June.
Oh yeah, they're going to turn back.
They don't. I think they know that the rest of the team is coming.
Oh, last second BKB to avoid that arrow. Pulls back, time lapse, TPs and gets away. Wow, quick reaction there from the Weaver to avoid that arrow.
And 290 should be safe. He can always just like zap halfway across the map and launch the TP at the very beginning if he feels like he's under a lot of pressure. But I think they assume that he's just already gone.
Now Weaver down to 5 seconds on his BKB, so, kind of works out a little bit for CIS. They didn't get caught out, and they chased him on the way out, and managed to make him spend that BKB charge.
Well, Doom's got a heart, so this Arenda team is getting very tanky. Oh, Yi. Oh, God, Yi. You are beyond dead. Gets hit by a stun and an arrow. ZYF now on the run. 6,000 gold. Is he going to YOLO a Rapier? If he buys a Rapier, this is my new favorite team.
Absolutely. There's nothing says pop
Inflame
like Rapier.
gets doomed. They're going to chase him down. Are they going to be able to get him? June's here as well. Moonlight Shadow, it looks like no. They are going to back up, but 290 has found himself black in the back, and he is going to go down. So down goes the Aegis. Do they have enough to bring him down again? Oh,
Nice quick
Ice
leap
Blast
and
coming
Manta. Oh no. Gets caught out in the end from Storm Spirit. For shame, Nature's Prophet as well will end up going down. No BKB can help him. Alchemist to shortly follow, and the Venomancer on the back end, and Epicenter to fly in, and quickly blows up right in CIS's face right there. Unfortunately getting caught out black right there. And now it's pretty much 5-man takedown if you count the second life of black.
Yeah, and 4 fall for CIS. And Arenda are doing a very good job of managing this this little mini crisis that continues happening in the mid lane with the creeps pushing way into the base. And looks like it... what the hell? Oh, okay. I thought that courier was bringing parts of a butterfly to the Sand King, and I was beyond confused, and then I realized that he was just getting something else. But it is going to be a butterfly for ZYF. Level 25 on this Weaver. Man, what a game. Arenda just doing a great job of battling back. The Heart's been finished up on the Doom for a while. And he is just so big. Like, they just don't have enough damage at this point to kill them all, to be honest. I think Orenda are just going to win now. Like, I don't know if they can actually die. They have so much HP. The A ultimate is doing a good job of dealing with it a little bit. Relocate is coming in. No one with him, though. Does not grab any partners. And now they're just starting to whack the tower. And now 290 is moving in. He's going to try to take down Demon. 4-staffed away. That keeps him alive. Now the Rax is dying very shortly here. Down it goes. Luffy gets caught by an arrow. He does have a lot of HP. I'm not sure you actually want to try to kill this Doom. I don't think you can. He's going to pop the BKB, turn around, turns the Doom on June. Now 290 taking a lot of damage. He's been hit by the stun. He is going to go down here. But now the Weaver running amok, needs to be careful, does have time-lapse available. Well, they get the Rax, but they're pushing into the base. Gets caught by a very short arrow, and he is going to fall in the end. So 3 die. That's not great. What does the buyback situation look like? Oh, it's fine. Lots of buybacks.
Man, oh man, they did manage to get themselves into the base. That Assault Curios and that heavy damage coming up from Weaver ripped apart the base very quickly, like paper. And, man, on the way out, Black had the opportunity to get a good position, just lay out the right clicks and was ripping apart the team. They did have a casualty, but they managed to get a few pickoffs in the end. Black leading the front, trying to catch out the Weaver and do so. I guess for now, he could just try to move forward and try to maybe bait out the buybacks.
This could be really bad here for CIS if they actually stay. The Storm needs to buy back. He can zap all the way from the fountain if he wants to. Instead, he's going to TP forward. Now he's going in. They want to get somebody. Pops the BKB. Sheep goes off on Demons. With all these buybacks, you really want to make something happen. If you don't, you've committed a ton of gold for nothing. And it looks like that's going to be the case. I mean, nothing, I say that as in, I mean, they didn't lose, but nothing, they didn't kill anyone. So they spent a lot of money and didn't get anything out of it.
3 buybacks for everyone to come back right there, and that's a lot of precious gold that they will not be able to have, and building new items, new cores to move into the next fight. So CIS, you know, a bit of a mini victory right there, being able to get out successfully in time. Looked a little scary right there for Venomancer, but he did manage to get away. So now we got to look at what will be the next step for CIS. I mean, I'm feeling it's going to be the Roshan. Like, we're going to wait to see when the Roshan will come up. I don't know if it's going to, you know, develop into a big team fight that can kind of determine the game altogether or not, but I feel like that might be the next step.
Yeah, and just taking a quick look at the graphs, they're actually amazing. Over 100k XP, 100k gold, and the gold is at almost exactly 0. That does not account for the buybacks, which have been sort of back and forth, so I think it's still pretty even.
Pretty crazy, actually. I didn't realize Orenda were up by so much, well over 10k of a gold lead, and now it's going right back to even again. Wow, so a bit of a testament right there to CIS. Bit hindered right now, losing their mid lane Rax, but they're looking to try to take it back. Moving down through the jungle right now and potentially to this bottom lane. They know that there are no buybacks this go around for most of Orenda, so if they can manage to capitalize on this fight, they will get a Rax of their own.
And it looks like Black is just going to be going for more damage here. I mean, you could say, why isn't he buying a BKB? He's dying to the sheep stick. The problem is if he does buy a BKB, he's probably still going to get doomed anyway. So, I mean, this is just a choice you make when you play a hero like Mirana, and he's just going for Glass Cannon, trying to put out as much damage as he possibly can. So, for better or worse, that's his choice. The other side of things, have any other items developed? I don't think so. I think they all had to buy back. No one's really been able to buy anything. Sanj is coming up for the Venomancer. He's just trying to tank up here. In the mid lane, they're grouping up. Guy, did you die?
No, sorry. Apparently I'm getting a little tired. My thumb doesn't want to push down the button to speak, apparently, so sorry about leaving you hanging there. But yep, hanging around the mid lane. Roshan's up now, looking to create some space, and maybe they can get it on the way out for now as they look to push down pretty heavily in the mid lane where they are already hindered. So they might be able to get this and pull back and go right over to the pit if they so choose.
Something to note, Nature's Prophet has managed to pick up an MKB, so that Butterfly going to be a little bit worse for ZYF. Still going to be very good, though, against a lot of the heroes. And they've been dooming the Nature's Prophet and just taking him out of the fight entirely pretty much every time. And now, Arenda 290 has picked up. Oh, God, moving way forward, drops the sheep as well. And he's just trying to use this Aegis right away. Arenda want to end this one. BKB, down goes the Aegis immediately. And the IO gonna melt here, and Arenda can actually make it into the base. The Storm moves forward, gets the pull off. Burrow Strike as well, Sandstorm, and oh my god, all of CIS just clumped up. They're all dying. 290 dives forward, gets another one. Buybacks about 2 demons on the run. Can he make it out? Oh, Burrow Strike. I think he is going to fall here. Ooh, that's... Woo! Well, he does die, but that was an epicenter used for a Venomancer.
Yeah.
And, well, they defend their base. Man, this game just back and forth.
Yeah. Successful buybacks to go ahead and hold strong. Weaver ended up going down early. This is a, you know, he doesn't have that Black King bar as full as he'd like. It's only 4 seconds, but not enough to be able to survive, so he was promptly taken down. CIS ended up coming on top after using those buybacks. Looking to push down the mid lane. I don't think there are any buybacks available for Orenda at this point, just simply the Sand King if he wants to hold, but no epicenter for himself. But I don't know how quick CIS can make their way down this lane.
Well, man, I don't even know. Can CIS just win now? They're gonna. It looks like they're just going right for it. Are they gonna rotate it around and grab other Raxes? Or are they just gonna go for the throne? Black has been on par with these arrows.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been something if Doom wanted to make the rotation straight to the mid lane, but regardless, good scouting out just to see how it's going right now. They know they still have another 30 seconds until this Weaver even makes an appearance back into the game, so, you know, this is it. I mean, it might be crunch time for them. They'll take it. Yeah, absolutely. I love how you're using my farting around. That makes me happy.
Like, they're wandering, and they really just need to move in here. The longer they wait, the harder it's going to be. 10 seconds for Epicenter to come back up. He does have buyback, but I think Sand King not even close to using that 3 seconds. But now we'll see Inflame diving forward, and BKB used, not going to be able to find a target for that stun. Luffy just taking lots of right click though. Ice Blast coming in as well. That is going to hit Fluffy. He's going to go down, but now the Epicenter coming back in. Weaver's here as well, and 290 darting around the fight. 2 down for CIS. Not able to get the racks yet. Inflame does take down 290.
Watch out for Weaver, though. Weaver's on the hunt. He wants to clean up right now with the help of Wisp. And it looks like AO's trying to make his way out. Moonlight Shadow, but they see him. Boom! Big hit! Gemini! Oh, Bombardo attack. Can he get away from this one? Desperate. Nope. Will not be able to get caught out with the help of the Burrow Strike and will end up falling 3 for 2 in the end. But, Orenda are not going to be able to move down the mid lane and get this one. Black still lives. The 2 cores still live. In the end, looking to get a little bit of farm. A quick buyback. No, they want to go for it, though. This might be their all or nothing. And this one going right down the mid lane. They might be going right for the jugular on this one.
Whole team buys back. Everyone's alive. No one has buyback except for the Ancient Apparition on CIS. And without the Nature's Prophet, can they actually hold this? Storm Spirit has picked up. BOTs are on cooldown for another 10 seconds. But Weaver charging forward here. He's just going to try to take down the tier 4 tower. And he can do it very easily. He just needs some creeps in the base.
I mean, Wisp can definitely help him get out the damage very, very quickly, but is it going to be enough? Venomancer's up in only 10 more seconds, and you got the towers to work through. BKB trade as they jump in. Alchemist now waits back, throws down the acid sprays. Weaver goes to town on the first main tower. Black is here, though. Throws up this, pulls them back, and oh, this is going to get a bit finicky right now.
Now 1 tier 4 down. Look how fast they die. Can they defend this? CIS need to do something right now. They're going to lose the game. And the throne is dying. The throne is just dying. They're activating their BKBs, trying to just take it down. They continue to smack it.
No!
And they, Orenda, have won 2-0 against CIS. The underdogs, the brand new team, the first showing ever for Arenda. And they take down Black's team, CIS. Not able to pull it out here in WPC East. Unbelievable.
There are some people out there who want a fair amount of keys and rares right now.
There's a lot more people that lost some keys, man.
Oh, and a lot of people who lost keys, absolutely. Just, man, ridiculous. First game, those crazy unorthodox drafting and playing tactics definitely worked out in their favor, and they still hold strong in this one. A lot of throws back and forth, but unbelievable, man. The Weaver laying out the damage, and they get it done. Real great.
Some people might call that throwing back and forth, but that game was actually just so even through the entire thing. And look how happy these guys are. Well, we'll be back soon. The last series of the day is Newbie going up against Vici Gaming. Definitely going to be one of the best series, although this one definitely making a case. Certainly one of the most entertaining series. I'm What Is Hip. You can find me on Twitter at WhatIsHipTV. With me tonight is Coddle Guy. Well, it's actually this morning now. It's light out. 7:40 in the morning. But hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have anything you want to talk to us about, hit us up on Twitter. We'd love to talk to you there. And we'll be back very soon for the last match.